changing your life one story at a time. This is the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast with Editor-in-Chief Amy Newmark.
Hey, it's Amy Newmark with your daily dose of Chicken Soup for the Soul inspiration. It's Tip Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about some fun and easy ways to keep your brain young. These tips come from a story called Get Out of That Rut, and the story is by Jenny Ivey. And this is basically a doctor-approved story because it was chosen by Harvard Medical School neurologist Dr. Marie Pazinski for the book she wrote with us called Chicken Soup for the Soul, Boost Your Brain Power. This book is about boosting your brain power, and it's fascinating because it dispels some myths, such as the one about crossword puzzles. Sure, crossword puzzles are good for your brain, and they're fun. But Dr. Pazinski tells us in the book that anything you do over and over again stops having that beneficial effect of exercising your brain and keeping it young. She says what is important is doing new and different things all the time. Now, it's been proven that we can reduce our chances of suffering from dementia by eating right, maintaining our cardiovascular fitness, and by exercising our brains. So, how do we exercise our brains? Well, you can still do those crossword puzzles, but Dr. Pazinski says that trying things that are new and different is even better. Things such as learning to play a musical instrument or visiting a foreign country, or everyday things like volunteering and having an active social life. Contact with people helps to keep your brain young. And then there are Jenny Ivey's fun ideas, which Dr. Pazinski chose to include in the book. And as soon as I read her list, I was up for the challenge, and so was my husband. Here are some of Jenny's suggestions for you. First one, brush your teeth with the wrong hand. Tie your shoelaces a different way. Watch a television show that's broadcast in a foreign language. Drive to work using a different route. Or if you're still reading a newspaper in print instead of online, reverse the order in which you read the sections. Try getting dressed in the dark. Shop at a new grocery store where you don't know where everything is. Try putting your belt on in the opposite direction. Put your earrings on in reverse order. If you always start with your left ear, start with your right ear. Kick a soccer ball with your non-dominant foot, or walk backwards for 100 steps. And these things will help to exercise your brain because the more you can challenge your brain, the better. So you can learn a musical instrument, you can count to 20 in Mandarin Chinese, you can try a more challenging crossword puzzle, like do one of the New York Times puzzles on one of the hard days. You could try writing poetry. There's a great quote from Charles Dickens about exercising your brain. He said, "Minds, like bodies, will often fall into a pimpled, ill-conditioned state from mere excess of comfort." So you have to go outside your comfort zone. You have to challenge your brain, make it uncomfortable, make it stretch and adapt, and create new neural pathways. It's so tempting to fall into a rut and follow the same patterns of behavior day after day. I know I enjoy my routines, but I don't want to get too comfortable. So if you see a little toothpaste on my shirt, you'll know I've been trying to brush left-handed again. I'm Amy Newmark. Thank you for listening to the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast today. Now, tomorrow is Wow Wednesday, and that means I'm going to share with you one of my favorite stories, and it's one that will leave you wondering, was it ESP? Was it angels at work? Was it divine intervention? And if you'd like to read more about how to keep your brain young, you can order a copy of Chicken Soup for the Soul, Boost Your Brain Power. Look for it on our website, chickensoup.com. To hear more about our upcoming books and what's going on at Chicken Soup for the Soul, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @Amy Newmark.